Hi everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and today's video we are doing some more pop-up stand cards, this time for Easter. So I have 3 new Easter ones. We've got one with a basket and eggs, one with a bunny, and then this one over here is our basket with the bunny tail or the bunny bum. So let's go ahead and get started. The little bunny I have already assembled, and at the end of this video I will show you how to put it together. But it's going to go just like everything else. I'll show you the layers on the bunny at the end of the video. Each one comes first with a printable that goes on the back. So our little bunny says Easter greetings, and I do have a video showing you how to use this in both Cricut and Silhouette as a print and cut, or to remove it completely, or to change the sentiment. So yeah, check out that video and I'll put the link below. Also, these are all interchangeable. So each one has a different egg. And if you like this bunny, but you like that egg, you can change them. The same with the sayings on the back. They're all interchangeable and they all work together. Let's get started. I'm going to actually do the basket first with the eggs because it has a couple of smaller parts. Well, they both do, and we don't want to lose them. So with our basket, the sentiment that you get with this one says Happy Easter. Then we have the cover, the stands, and you'll have 3 stands, a large one and 2 smaller ones. If you've done any of my pop-up stand cards, they all go together the same way. Our front piece has a flower, which has 2 layers plus 2 leaves. Oh, there's another cover. And there's the front piece. Just set that aside. The middle piece has our basket, and I'll show you all of these pieces when we get to assemble it. I'm not going to take it apart because I don't want to lose any of those. And then our back piece, and it has 2 layers of eggs. So it has the solid piece and the cutout piece and the printable. So we're going to go ahead and add the printable piece first, just with some tape. And it just sits right there in the middle. Flip it over. And now this is an optional piece. If you want your egg a different color than the base, you don't have to use this piece. You can just take the chevron piece and lay it right there and have a pink egg if you wanted to. I'm going to use it with my solid green. So I'm going to put this piece and glue it onto my solid piece first. I'm going to put some glue on the chevrons. And then just a couple of dots all the way around, well, more than a couple. And then we're going to go ahead and layer that right onto that green piece. And it does match up perfectly. And just, there we go. Okay. I've got ink on my fingers and I'm leaving black smudges. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put tape on this and adhere it to that back piece right there. Let's go ahead and do our basket, and I'm going to show you the pieces that come with it and how you'll want to do it. So first off, we have the bow, and the bow has 3 pieces. It has this little tiny piece. I don't know if you can see that. That's the knot. And then it has the bow with the cutout and the solid piece. You can cut these out of 3 different shades of color. if you would like. You could ink the edges so that they stand up a little bit better, or you can do them all with the solid. I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm just going to do them all with the solid. Normally, I would go ahead and ink those up just a little bit to add some dimension to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the cutout piece and then glue it on there. And then we're going to add that little knot right in the middle. Okay, my glue, you can see my glue, but I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but there's just those cutouts. So it looks like a three-dimensional bow that's been tied. And that's why you have those three pieces. Okay, then we have the trim on our basket. We have the actual basket, and we have 3 eggs. The middle piece, the middle stand, has the eggs cut out and the basket so that you can line everything up. It doesn't have the trim or the bow, but you don't need them. So now we're going to take our basket, and I'm just going to glue this down. Actually, whoops, we want to put the eggs on first. So sorry, got ahead of myself. We want the eggs on first so that they're sitting inside the basket. On the bunny tail, bunny bum, we glue the basket on first. But on the eggs, we glue it on second. There's our eggs. Now I need to put some more glue on here because that dried already. Now I'm going to add my basket so that the eggs are inside. Go ahead and add your basket trim. And then your bow. And you could put your bow up on the handle if you would rather have it there. There's lots of different ways you can add your bow. Okay. Now we've got our front piece, but I am not going to glue the pieces on yet because we want them to go over the cover. You'll notice on this one that they are the covers on there and then the flower pieces. Also, one other thing, I inked this one up a whole lot. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble our basket, our pop-up stand card. So we're going to take our stands, and you're going to take the middle piece, which is the taller piece. And we're going to add the middle pieces first together. And if you want to add the sides next, or you can add the front and the back. It doesn't matter which direction you do it. Come on, come on. We're going to go ahead and add our back piece. Come on, working around the stand here. You hear me say that in every video. You probably get tired of hearing it. There's our back piece. You're just going to line all those little pieces up. Okay, and then our front piece. Whoops, don't fold it flat yet. Then our front piece. I do cut these so they're kind of tight, and that's so that they don't fall apart when they're in the envelope. I tried making them a little bit looser and they just fell apart. Okay, so there is our stand piece, right? Or our card with all the stands. Okay, so what we're gonna do is at this point, if you like it like this, and you like the little tabs showing, which a lot of people do, you could go ahead and decorate the front and this one would be done. If you want to add the cover pieces, you're gonna fold it flat and make sure all of your bottom pieces are lined up. Another trick to this is you want to make sure that you're cutting all of your pieces out of the same weight of paper. I did one for a class that I was doing and I cut the stands out of 80 weight and the pieces out of 65 and it just did not line up. It was so frustrating. So you want to make sure that you're using the same weight throughout. Okay, once you've pressed it or folded it flat, we're going to take these front tabs, and on mine they're green, and you're going to fold them over to the right. So they're pointing towards the left. You're just going to fold them to the right. And there isn't any score lines or anything on there. They'll just fold all by themselves. Make sure you keep the bottoms lined up and press. Now we're going to go ahead and glue those down. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Press it down. A little bit more glue. Oh, sorry about that. Thought that was on silent. Okay, now we're gonna pop that open, and this time we're gonna turn it over, and we're going to flip it in the opposite direction. So this time it's pointed to the right, and we're going to take these tabs, again mine are green, and we're going to fold them to the left. I hope that makes sense. If you've done these, they're always the same, and they're really easy to do. Once you've done one or two of them, they're just going to go together really fast. It's just the layering of the pieces that's a little bit different with each one. But if this is your first one, I want to make sure that you have the instructions. All right, now we can go ahead and put our cover on. Make sure again everything lines up on the bottom. Let's go ahead and flip it over and add our cover to the front. And then add our flowers. So with our flowers, we're going to add the green piece, the green leaves first. Just match them up on that cutout. Go ahead and add the purple flower. And then the center. And there is our Easter basket. So it has the flower, the Easter basket with the eggs, and the shamrock, or not shamrock, oh my goodness, the chevron egg. And you flip it over. Happy Easter. It folds flat and fits in an A2 envelope. And you just pop it up and display it on your desk, your counter, wherever you would like. Okay, let's do this last one. This is our bunny tail. This one I'm so excited about. I love bunny tails and I think they're just so cute. So let me show you the pieces. We again have the stand or the covers, and I did these in pink again. Your inside stands, you have 3 pieces. Your printable that says "Somebody Loves You." Your solid egg. And then your front piece, again, has the flower with the 2 leaves. We'll set that aside. our bunny bum, which I'll show you here in a minute, and our back piece. So again, I'm going to take my printable that says "Somebody Loves You," and we're going to glue that to the back. And you still have room to write to, from, whatever you'd like on there. On this one, again, this solid piece is optional. You can, I cut mine from white. And then your dotted piece. I think on this one, I'm gonna not use my back piece. I think I'm gonna let the color of the stand show through. So I'm gonna go ahead, and because this one has all the little holes in it, it's probably easier if we glue this on instead of taping it. I am using Scotch Quick Dry Tacky Glue, and I just put it into small quilling bottles. So it gives me a little a little nozzle. Works really well, and you can get those bottles at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, off of Amazon, any place that you can buy paper crafting supplies pretty much. Okay, so there is our egg. Again, I didn't use this piece this time, but it's in your file. Set that aside. Okay, now we have our little bunny, and it has the same bow with the 3 pieces. We have 2 feet, we have the tail, we have the tushy or the bum, we have the basket trim, and we have the basket. On this one, we do add the basket first. The eggs, we add the eggs first so that they're inside. This one, we put the basket on first because it looks like the bunny's trying to climb inside the basket. Let's go ahead and line it up. Take your basket trim. I think these basket trim pieces, and even the basket, if you had an embossing folder that was a weave or something, that would be really fun. Okay, next we're going to take our bunny or tushy, and we're only going to put glue on the bottom half of it because he's going to hang off up there. Let's put our feet on next. And I would normally put these on with some foam pop dots. However, if you caught my last video, I am out of my foam tape, and I've ordered some. It has not come yet. I was doing some stuff for classes the other night, and I was cutting my pieces so small because I was trying to make it last till my next roll got here. And then our tail. So I would, like I said, I would put those on with foam pop dots, or you could go ahead and ink the edges, which is what I did on this bunny, so that the pieces stand out, because he's really cute, but you can't really see all the individual pieces. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and build our bow. Same thing as we did on the last one. If you wanted to cut these out of 3 different shades of pink or whatever color you're doing your bow, that would work. Or if you wanted to ink those up, that would work as well. I'm going to put the knot right there. Okay, and then I'm going to add my bow. You can add it to the side, you can add it right under his tushy. I think I'm going to put it on the top handle of the basket this time. And there is our middle piece. And then we have the front piece, which again we want to put the cover on first, so I'm not going to glue those pieces on just yet. We're going to go ahead and assemble our card. So I'm going to take the middle piece, middle stand, which is the taller one, and we're going to work with it with the middle piece first. Okay. the sides on. I think that worked a little bit better to do the sides first. Come on. Again, it's kind of tight so that they don't fall apart. And because they're kind of tight, when you cut those out, you might get like a little string in between it and looks like it didn't cut out right. It did. Just pull that off. It's just because I've got them really tight in there. Okay, let's go ahead and put the back piece on. There we go. And the front piece. Okay, so once you have all those three pieces on this stand, we're going to lay it down flat. Let me move the flowers out of the way. We're going to lay it down flat and turn it to the left. So everything's pointing towards the left. Make sure your bottom pieces are all lined up. Take your tabs and fold them to the right. When you fold them, you're going to still make sure that the bottoms are lining up. They should, but just in case they don't. And then let's go ahead and glue those down. I've got some spring cards in the works that have like flowers and butterflies, and I think when I do that assembly video I might do it a little bit different and not put each card together. We'll see. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put our front cover on. Making sure the bottom all lines up, and then our flowers again. So we're going to add the leaf. And I did it this way, and somebody made the suggestion that I make the cutouts on the front piece, or that I just glue them on and not do that shadow. But I like to have it on that front piece because it gives it a little bit of strength so that it doesn't flop around. I try to make these have as much strength and as much detail as possible without making you add a whole bunch of little teeny tiny pieces. Okay, turn it over, flip it in the opposite direction. Again, make sure the back is all lined up, or the bottom, excuse me. And we're going to take these tabs and this time flip them towards the left. Go ahead and glue those down. And then add your cover piece. And there is the bunny tail, bunny bum in the basket. I think that one is really cute. He probably really is my favorite, and all inked up. The last one is this bunny card, and like I said, I've already assembled it, but I will go ahead and show you the layer pieces. But before I do that, we are doing this in the Cricut class this month, and I cut it out using some pattern paper and some brighter colors, and I just really like the way that that turned out. So I wanted to show it to you what it looks like with your printed paper. And Easter greetings on the back. So on this one, I'm going to kind of take him apart a little bit. The egg has the swirl stripes on it. And again, there's 2 layers, and you can either use that background or you can let the colors show through. Doesn't matter. And then we have our flower, which is assembled just like the other 2. On the bunny, there's quite a few layers to this. So my middle piece I cut out of pink. Whatever color you want, his tummy and his muzzle and the inside of his ears, those are all going to show. So you're going to cut this piece out of whatever color you want those. So then you have a solid gray piece. Well, it's not solid, but a full gray piece. So you're going to glue that on. And then you're going to glue the top ear piece, the 2 feet, the 2 arms, and then the face. And then the final piece is this little nose and mouth, and it's pretty tiny, but it will cut out with either machine. I've done it on both machines and it cut out fine. You might want to slow your machine down if that is an option, but it will definitely cut it without any problem. And then you have the 2 eyes, and I did not want to cut out anything that tiny, so there are no eyes included. I just did that with a Sharpie marker and just made 2 little dots to make the eyes. And that is how you would do this bunny. We're going to go ahead and put it back in here. So we have the 3 Easter cards. We have the bunny with the striped egg. We have the bunny tail with the polka dot eggs. And we have the Easter basket with the chevron egg. I hope that you've enjoyed these. I hope that you'll give them a try. Please hit subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my videos. Give me a thumbs up and have a great day.